Hi everyone, today I'm going to narrate the story Jack in Search of Hyperion Tree. In San Francisco lived a boy named Jack. Jack loved nature more than anything. He loved trees, animals, forests, and rivers. Whenever he got a book about nature, he read it again and again. One day, Jack read about the tallest tree in the world, Hyperion. It grew in a protected forest in California inside Redwood National Park. Jack ran to the kitchen. Mom, I learned about the tallest tree in the whole world, he said excitedly. His mother was placing vessels in the dishwasher. She smiled and asked, Oh, really? How tall is it? It is 380.8 feet tall, taller than big buildings. I want to see it one day. His mother laughed softly. Sure, Jack, one day we will go. That evening, Jack and his sister Jane were playing at the neighborhood park near their home. Jack and Jane swung back and forth. Jane, Jack called out, jumping down. Did you know the tallest tree in the world is called Hyperion? Jane stopped swinging. A tree taller than Ria's 7-story building? She asked. Jack nodded eagerly. Much taller, even taller than Paris Tower. And guess what? It's about 600 to 800 years old. Jane's eye widened as she kicked the sand with her shoes. That is so old. Where is it? It lives in Redwood National Park, Jack said proudly. It was discovered in 2006 by two naturalists, Chris Atkins and Michael Taylor. Jane smiled. I want to see that tree one day. Jack looked up at the tall trees around the park and said, Me too. Imagine a tree touching the sky. The siblings continued playing, dreaming about the giant forests and magical trees far away. The next morning at breakfast, Jane told their father about Hyperion. I want to see it, Dad. Jack quickly added, Me too. Their father smiled mysteriously. We will try. Days passed. Spring holidays arrived. The children played happily with their friends. One Friday night, their father said, Tomorrow we are going to park. Pack your things. Which park? Jane asked. It's a surprise. Both children packed their toys and clothes and slept early. Early morning, they drove for a long time. Jack and Jane slept in the car. When Jack woke up, the car had stopped. He stepped outside, looked up, and gasped. Wow, these trees are taller than the sky. He ran to wake Jane. She came out and stared upward. Both of them said, Thank you, Dad, and jumped happily because they were standing inside Redwood National Park. They walked through Ladybird Johnson Grove. Tall trees stood like gentle giants protecting the forest. Jack tried to hug one tree. Jane joined him, but their hands couldn't reach around. I think this tree needs 10 kids to hug it, Jane laughed. Next, they visited Tall Trees Grove. Jack leaned far back, trying to see the top. Are these the tallest trees on earth? Almost, Dad said, as tall as a 30-story building. Super tall, Jack shouted. Dad, where is Hyperion? Jack asked. His father gently explained the exact place is sacred. People damaged the forest while trying to find it. Now the area is closed to protect nature. Anyone who goes there can get a big fine. Jack thought for a moment. That's okay, Dad. Trees must be protected. His father smiled proudly. They stopped at Big Tree Wayside. This tree is older than Grandpa, Jack said proudly. Suddenly, Jack shouted, Look, deer! They quietly watched Roosevelt Elk grazing peacefully at the elk prairie. We must stay quiet so animals feel safe, Jane said softly. Later, they walked through Fern Canyon. Green plants covered the walls. Water touched their shoes, but they didn't mind. Finally, they reached Gold Bluffs Beach. They built sand castles, collected shells, and listened to the waves while giant trees stood behind them. On the way home, Jack said, trees, animals, rivers, and beaches are our friends. We must protect them. His parents smiled. That day, Jack didn't just see a forest, he learned how to care for the earth.